Happy Monday to everybody. Getting myself situated with a nice cup of coffee. Okay, today I've been thinking about some different things to talk about. We've got the Medicare coming in season now, the Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements. We got a file and expense lead. Either you buy it by Facebook or a direct mail, or you do it on a phone, or you get in a data list. So, here's some things that, what happens, a lot of agents go to a house and they'll go in there and they're just do the one and done. You send a card in, want information about life insurance, burial insurance. You go through the spiel and the person says, well, I don't need it, I don't want it, I can't qualify for it, I can't afford it. So here's some thoughts for you to think about when you're going into a home to lead up to different things you can speak to them about. First of all, people buy from you. They don't buy the insurance company per se, yet they buy from you. Then they're going to buy the insurance company because you're going to build the value of the insurance company as you get into your conversation. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to feel comfortable when we go into a house. And after doing this month after month, year after year, you become more comfortable speaking with somebody when you're in a home, because most of the time, almost all the time, you're prepared. If you're a brand new agent starting this year, you get a little tongue-tied, you start, doing a little stutter stepping, you get a little confused, you start scratching your head, you're unsure what to do. You need to make yourself some sort of a outline of what you want to talk about and have it next to you. Person can't read upside down. Excuse me, you can do the hello, how you doing, break the ice, get to know you, some common things to speak about, and have that little list to where you can go down so it keeps you on track and keeps you moving in a upward position. Because what ends up happening, you don't realize that you start bouncing around, okay? As we all do, starting with me. And I've been doing this now for a long, long time. So there's days where I'm more on point, there's days where I'm not on point, there's days I'm just out in left field, and you really don't understand why. It's just maybe the way you slept the night before. So what I'm going to recommend you guys to do is that if you're working a brand new lead, you got brand new leads that came in, regardless of what kind they are, I'm going to recommend you to first go hit some older leads on the way to that house just to break the ice. Make some mistakes, stumble on some words, just get stuff off your chest, let somebody chew you out first thing in the morning. It's not going to be pleasant, but yet what it's going to be now, you say, okay, I'm ready for everything. I got my bulletproof vest on. I'm going to take it off now. I don't need it because I can dodge those bullets. I can move a little bit, okay? Do a little warm-up. Now, when you knock at the door, first impression is it. It's the smile. It's how you present yourself at the door. You get in the house. To start a conversation with somebody, for some people it comes easy, and some people it doesn't. The easiest way to do it is say, hello, how you doing? I'm so happy you took the time to see me. I won't be here that long. Yet you would send this card in wanting some information. And what my job is to do is kind of find out what information you wanted to speak about. Let them talk about why they think they sent the card in. Okay? Now, you cannot talk to them about Medicare Advantage, because Medicare Advantage, there's rules that's governed by Medicare. Can't talk about Part D. That's regulated by Medicare. Now you can say, you may want some information on a Medicare supplement. You may want some information on this, or this. We'll get to that in 1 second. So, Medicare Advantage, you need to be careful how you speak with them, for the mere fact is, if it is a lead, it's one of your clients, it's okay to talk to them, okay? Now, the best way to get somebody to kind of like you quickly is for you to kind of mimic some of the things that they're doing. If they're speaking a little bit fast or slow, mimic that. If they're saying, boy, I can't afford much, I'm on a tight budget, I need something really, really cheap, all that stuff there, copy those words. I will find something in your budget, something cheap, I've got that. I don't like saying the word cheap, as I've said before. I like saying inexpensive, of better value. Yet, when you want to get to know somebody, you got to mimic what they are talking like. They say cheap, you say cheap. They say inexpensive, you say inexpensive. That's a connection you're going to have with that person because you're saying basically the same words they're saying. They say if they sit a certain way, cross your legs that way. If they have their hand up here, they say put your hand up there to copy them. That's kind of like whatever your comfort zone is on what you want to do. But the most important thing is to talk about something that you can be in common with them to where you allow them to speak more than you. The name of the game is to speak, yet the winners listen more than they speak because they're letting the client do the driving, as they so think. Our job is to lead them down that yellow brick road to where they can speak, to where they feel they're making all the decisions, yet the decisions they're making are based on the advice you give them. By asking them open-ended questions, it's going to make them feel that they're in control. They're in their house. Either you're at their dining room table, their nook, you're in their living room, you're on their porch, you're sitting wherever, yet you are in their compound. And our job is to make them feel that they're in control. Because if we come across as if we're the boss, we're the king of the house, you're the queen of the house, what ends up happening is that the person could feel intimidated. And if they feel somewhat intimidated, what's going to happen is that they're going to pull back from you because you're starting to make them feel uncomfortable, especially in their house. That's why it's nice to ask simple questions that allow them to answer it with more than just a yes or no. Okay? A lot of agents like talking about the pictures on the wall, you're a fisherman, you were in the military. That is your comfort zone on what you feel comfortable speaking about with that client. Now, you've got to make a transition into what you're there for. And that's what this call is about. Making the transition to where you're not talking about just one thing. If you go to a house and you only got one thing to talk about, it's going to be challenging when they shoot you down. So it's kind of like if you go to a house, you talk about one thing, you got one carrier, and you got one price. One size does not fit all. You'll sell some, yet you won't sell the vast majority that you are there for. So here's my thoughts on what I like to do when I'm in a house. I like to tell people to break the ice for me to move on. If it's before lunch or is it around dinner time or something, I said, let me kind of get to why you sent this card in, because if not, you got to make me lunch, or you got to make me dinner, you got to make me the tea and the little cookies for the afternoon social hour. And you do a little laugh, a little snicker, they come back with you and say, you had sent this card in, and on the card you sent in, you primarily said at the front door that you sent it in, you wanted some information either on a final expense, a burial program, some life insurance, a cremation. Pick out one of those there, and say also on the card there's like there's a two flapper, and the piece you sent in had your address, our return address, and your information on there. But the other piece on most of the cards, because it doesn't have it at all, yet on most of the cards it tells people other things that we can talk about. And most of the time people send the card in for the final expense, and yet they also want information either on an accidental program. They want information on a Medicare supplement. They want information on a child program or grandchild program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch on all of those different areas today for you. We can go into detail if you need it. We'll talk more. If it's something you've already got taken care of, I'm just doing my job. So what this is allowing you to do, it's allowing you to pick more topics to talk about, so it's not a one and done. A lot of agents are hooking up with us to doing the cancer plans, the hospital indemnity plans. They're trying to do more of those programs because they're inexpensive. And it's sometimes when somebody already has a life insurance plan, a final expense plan, whatever, cancer could be in their family. You can say, oh, by the way, we got some cancer plans that are out. If you have anybody in your family who's had any cancer, when they say yes and say, well, great, I'm not happy to hear that, but yet there's cancer programs that are out now. So if somebody was to ever get internal cancer, what's going to happen is that they're going to be able to get some money to take care of either their expenses, or if you can't go to work, it's going to help subsidize when you don't have any type of income coming in. And it's very inexpensive. So if they say the word earlier is cheap, you say it's very cheap. So what it's going to do is going to allow you to kind of extract information from these people to where you can sit and speak about more than one topic. I'm going to emphasize that. More than one topic. You go into a house, one topic, one carrier, one price. The possibility of you being successful is you may be, yet you're not going to be as successful if you've got different things to speak about. My philosophy on business is for every single one of you to have different streams of income. Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplements, life insurance, final expense, accidental program, a child plan, a grandchild plan. All of those there to me constitutes different streams of income going into my checking account. And that's what I want you guys to start thinking. How can I increase my volume? How do I speak to them about more stuff when they only sent the card in for final expense? So we got to sit and think, how can I be creative? What can I do in the beginning of the conversation to tell them the things we're going to speak about? Because the thing about it is that you're going to go through an entire dissertation on final expense. They're worn out. They're trying to say, oh, by the way, we can also talk about this, this, and this. Yet what you can do is that when you list the things you can talk about, you'll be able to tap on this one, this one, this one, and this one in the order you feel is most important to them. People send these cards in and they do not remember why they sent them in. I've gone to houses before. Heather will get with our vendor. They'll mail it out. They'll come to me. I will go to the house the next day and they have no idea what they did. They're looking at the card. They go, yeah, that's my signature. Yeah, that's my phone number, but I don't remember why I sent it in. So you sit and you think, how can you forget? I don't get upset with them. Because if I sit and ask you, what did you have for lunch last Wednesday? You had lunch. A lot of you don't even remember what you had for lunch last Wednesday. So this is why I don't get upset with them. And this is why I've got no problem sharing with them that there's something extra on the card that we can speak about. Now, the best way to come across when you're making the transition with somebody is to go slow, okay? And we spoke about a second ago, if they're going 90 miles an hour, you go 90 miles an hour. Yet, you need to make sure that you have their attention. You need to make sure that they're focused on you, they're thinking about you, the TV's not on. If the TV's on, ask me, you please turn the TV off, because I don't want to speak too loud and disrespect you. You want the TV off, because if the TV's on, you're not going to win, okay? If they got a bunch of grandkids that they're babysitting for, you've got to sit and make a decision. Do I make the presentation then, or do I come back? Is it better? You don't want to ask, is it better if I come back because you got the grandkids here? You got to sit back and say, damn, she may say yes, and I may not get in the house again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of creep into the situation, talking to her. If the grandkids keep on saying, granny, nana, nana, I'm going to sit and say, man, I'm over here trying to make a presentation. She's paying more attention to those kids. She's trying to listen to what they're doing. There's one outside doing this here. I can't get her attention. So you may want to sit and say, can I come back later on today when your grandkids are not here to make sure that you understand everything we're talking about and I understand everything you want. Okay? You understand everything I'm saying and I understand everything you want. You don't want to say it halfway, because now you're showing disrespect to make sure you understand. That's a decision you got to make when you're in the house. Your choice. Now, when you're visiting and you're speaking to them, say primarily you sent the card in and you said at the front door about final expense. A lot of people, there's other items you can pick from. So what a lot of people want me to speak about when I come to visit with them is the final expense program, a standalone accidental plan. So in the event you're driving or you're doing some traveling, they want to talk about some type of ancillary, usually a cancer plan or a hospital indemnity plan that goes with their health insurance, okay? Or sometimes people want information for their children or grandchildren. So you make it towards kind of a broad thing you can talk about. So when they start talking to you and they sit and tell you, man, Amani, I forgot I had a life insurance policy. which I've heard so many times before. I've already got a life insurance policy, Joe. I don't need any life insurance. You're going to say, congratulations, fantastic. Do you have the policy here? Because one of our services is to review what you have to see if there's something better out there, because there are companies out there that are coming out who have less premiums. And since you're on the budget, I'm going to rightfully assume you want to save some money. Why don't you get your policy and I can review it, and then after that then we can talk about the other couple things, and it won't take that long. Okay? You want to try to get them, push them, get them, go, tell them to do it, get that policy. Sometimes they don't even know what type of policy they have. They could have a term, they want it a whole life. It could be an ongoing decreasing term. Who knows? They may think they have one for $10,000, what they applied for, yet it came back at a $6,500 graded program. You don't know. So you're going to educate them, and also you're going to educate yourself on different policies that are out there on how they work. Okay? It's a good learning process for you, especially if you're brand new. Even if you don't even know what you're looking at, make like you're looking at it. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but I'm going to look at it, make the lady think I know what I'm doing. And you're going to start remembering, name of this company is this. They have this here, they have this here. And what it's going to do is going to make it easier the next policy you look at, because a lot of them are basically the same. Okay? When you're speaking with them, and you're going over with them about the final expense, and they bring up something, well, you got Medicare coming up now. Medicare open enrollment starts October 15th. Can you give me some information about the Medicare Advantage plans? Do you represent them? I said, yes, ma'am, I represent them, yet Medicare rules states that I cannot talk to you about that today. I've got to make an appointment and come back and see you in 48 hours, okay? There's a little form here called a scope of appointment. I can have you fill out. I can come back 2 days. I can come back, today's Thursday. I can come back Saturday at 10:30 if you like, give you all the information you want, get that scope filled out, okay? You gotta be very careful when it comes to Medicare Advantage and Part D, because those are regulated by Medicare. Medicare Supplement is regulated by your state. So you can basically do a Medicare supplement. You can door knock a Medicare supplement. You can door knock life insurance. You can door knock cancer plans. Yet you cannot door knock and you cannot make outbound phone calls for Medicare Advantage or Part D, because those are deeply regulated and you get in trouble by Medicare. Okay? So if they want information on it, say, yes, ma'am, I do. Now, you talked about the final expense. They didn't buy another. You talked about the cancer plan. I really don't know if I need that, Joe. You talk about the accidental plan. They buy an accidental plan from you. You walk out of the house, you made a sale. Yet before you go, you're going to tell them, thank you very much. And if Medicare Advantage does not come up, okay, as you're leaving, you may sit and say, just let you know, I also do Medicare Advantage and I do Part D. The open enrollment comes up now in October 15th. If you want some information on that there, I'd be more happy to come back and visit with you. You cannot talk about it then, okay? Now they know that you do it, you planted a seed, you can have them do a scope of appointment then, go home, come back 40 hours later, and now you've got the ability to sit and talk. Here's what I want everybody on this call to sink in. When you buy a lead, your job, forget about making the sale. Your job is to control the house. Your job is to make that client fall in love with you based on your knowledge, your personality, your smile, the information that you're sharing with them, and how you're sharing it with them, and you're not trying to impress them with those big long words, okay? You're coming down to their level, and you're letting them see that you're just a regular person. You're not Joe the salesman. Because people really don't like the smell of a salesman, because salesmen sometimes can be pushy, okay? You're going to be the type of agent who's going to make recommendations and suggestions to them that are going to help them out. Knowing that when you're showing them a final expense plan, you're going to set it up to where you're going to show them premiums $50, $60 or higher. You're going to give them the opportunity, the choice to pick out the one they want, yet you're keeping the premiums a little bit higher to where you make money. Let's make this full circle. Name of the game is to control the house. You buy a lead no matter what you pay for it. If it's a referral, you pay nothing for it. You knock on a door, you pay nothing for it. Yet your job is to make money for the rest of your life to help you and support your family. The more people buy from us and the more people refer us, the more money we make and the better we get. And the better we get, the more presentations we make, the more comfortable we are speaking in front of somebody. The more comfortable you're speaking in front of somebody, the smoother your conversation comes out. The smoother your responses are. Relax, tap your brakes, slow down. When you go into a home and you transition to what you're going to be doing there, say I'm here to discuss with you about other things besides this here that are on most of the cards that are sent out. Pick out 4 topics you want. Any 4 topics you want. Go about mortgage protection, which is a term policy. Pick out 4 things to where when they don't want one, you can automatically go to another one. Take your time, don't rush. If you're in the home, you're unsure how to transition, review this video. When you're in the home and you're unsure what product to qualify for, either you call the carrier, or you call me, or you call your manager. We're here to help you. So with that said, make it a great day. Heather's going to be on the call tomorrow. And what's the call called?
Just a wild card, so.
It's called a wild card.
Free
She's going to surprise you what she's going to talk about. So you know Heather always got something good to say. So be on the call tomorrow. You got any questions, call us. Make it a great day. And as always, we appreciate your business. If you need any additional carriers, get with Jay and they'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Thank you. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.